Just north of the town of Dulce, New Mexico, on the land of the Jicarilla Apache Nation, sits a landmass over 9,000 feet in elevation, Mount Archuleta. Some have claimed that beneath its surface lies a mysterious alien facility, a secret hub of activity where extraterrestrials and humans work together to test and reverse engineer alien technology. The name of that secret lair is Dulce Base. Mount Archuleta, or Archuleta Mesa, sits on the northernmost part of the state and shares a border with Colorado. Whispers of strange activity have swirled around this alleged alien mountain for decades. Now, new reports of unusual sightings of UFOs in the sky over the town have put the mountain back in focus.
New Mexico is best known in the UFO community as the site of Roswell. In 1947, a flying saucer was reportedly captured by the U.S. Army after crashing into a field.
Since then, local residents have reported hundreds of sightings in the desert skies above Dulce. Roswell may be known as the UFO capital, but this tiny hamlet has had its own fill of close encounters.
I've come here to meet with paranormal investigator Heather Taddy, who says she has a lead on evidence that could be related to Dulce Base.
Hey, Heather.
Hey, Jen.
So this is it, huh?
This is it.
Somewhere in that mountain is a hidden military base that may have been built with the help of aliens.
I'm a paranormal researcher and investigator. I've had a lifelong fascination with the subject of aliens. Growing up, I was that weirdo in 5th grade ordering all of the alien abduction books. I'm very open to the idea that aliens have possibly been visiting this planet for a really long time. There's been stories circulating for decades that there is a hidden base in the Archuleta Mesa, and it's said that it's right under that radio tower. That's where the supposed entrance is.
I have to be honest, I don't see a ton of infrastructure here that would support that. I mean, you've got this dirt road here, but there's not a lot of clear cutting. There's not a helipad. There's not a runway.
That's actually what makes this so fascinating, because there's been so many eyewitness accounts. People have seen lights go in and out of the mountain, and I have some photographic evidence that I want to show you.
Okay.
Here is a craft that someone spotted right above where the supposed entrance is.
I mean, it is the classic saucer shape, but then it's a blurry photo like most photos of UFOs are.
But beyond UFO sightings, there have been alien abductions. There's also been really bizarre cattle mutilations since the 70s in this specific area. And witnesses have seen lights that they can't explain when these cattle mutilations occur, and no one can explain the bizarre way in which these animals are mutilated.
One of my goals is to find out what's going on and to understand what connects the strange lights and alien rumors to the dismembered livestock.
We have a lot of eyewitness accounts we need to explore, and hopefully they can help us get closer to finding out if there actually is a base.
We've got UFO sightings, alien abductions, and cattle mutilations.
But the link to all of those is whether or not there is a multi-level advanced military base hidden deep inside that mountain.
Some of the strangest evidence was collected by a man named Paul Benowitz. In the 1980s, he became convinced that he discovered this secret alien facility, and then he began to spread his ideas about Dulce Base.
This guy's name is familiar. It keeps popping up in chat forums regarding UFOs and disinformation campaigns. If I remember correctly, he was in the military and then was a military contractor.
He was also a pilot, so he captured this photo and claims that these circles are UFOs that are in camouflage. This is a picture of 3 crafts going into the mountain.
So Mount Archuleta itself is on Apache land, correct?
Right, yeah, so we are actually in the Jicarilla Apache Nation territory.
Residents here have believed in the Star People for thousands of years. They say that these ancient beings visited their ancestors in flying craft and passed on knowledge.
They do have their own rules and regulations, so we can't just drive in and explore on our own. We actually have to be accompanied by a tribal member. So I have contacted an Apache Nation leader, and we have permission to go where we need to go.
So how did you get involved in the paranormal world?
Oh, wow. As long as I can remember, I mean, when I was probably in my early teens, I would take my friends out on investigations. I really got into this field for the thrill of it. I feel like people aren't just making up these stories. There's just too many. I mean, there could be aliens on this planet right now.
I remain skeptical for sure, but I would say we are not alone in this universe. Now, who is this tribal elder that you know?
Avery Tafoya is a member of the Apache Nation Council, and he's lived in Dulce all of his life, and his dad was chief of the Hickoria Police Department in the 70s when they first started having these cattle mutilations and having these UFO sightings.
Hi, Avery.
Hello.
So, have a lot of people in this community experienced sightings?
I have heard stories, and there is sightings still to this day around Archuleta Mesa and pretty much throughout the town. There's a lot of native cultures that call it the same thing. They call them star people, and these are supposedly the good aliens.
Why do you think the stigma still exists that people don't want to talk about it?
I think a lot of it's just the ridicule. You don't want to be labeled crazy. It does take a lot for someone to step up and talk about it. Last week, we were out taking a ride in the evening hours before it got dark, and we seen a light in the sky. Basically a UFO. There was no sound, just a bright light.
Who was with you?
My son and my grandson. My daughter saw a UFO going into the face of Archuleta Mountain.
Avery's so tied into the community here, he pretty much knows everyone, so he's going to be really helpful to us to find witnesses and really save us a lot of time.
I'm curious to see what Avery's daughter Katie saw above the mountain. So we've come to her home in Dulce to see if we can learn any more about her own sighting.
So, can you tell us what you saw and what happened?
We were coming home from my father's house, actually, and as we hit the top of the hill, on the corner of my eye, I just seen like a really, like something shiny. Bigger than a helicopter, but no exhaust. By the time I started to look up, my boyfriend was already like pointing, and I was like, oh yeah, I see it. On the corner of my eye, I just seen like a really, like something shiny.
We're investigating the claim that a secret alien base is hiding inside a mountain in a remote area of northern New Mexico.
This is what I seen going into the mountain.
Okay, so this itself is Mount Archuleta, right?
Yes.
And then this is the craft itself?
Yes. No exhaust. There's absolutely nothing around it. You can see the blue sky and everything around it.
Now, was it going inside the mountain?
Yes, I would say so. When I first seen it, it was already looking like it was going into the mountain.
Now, if this is to scale, this craft looks pretty large. Would you say it was the size of a car?
I would actually say bigger than a car. When we look up there, we see cars and they just look like little ends. Bigger than a helicopter, but smaller than a plane.
And what would you say the material, what was it made out of?
It had to be made out of some kind of metal.
Do you yourself believe that there's an underground hidden base in Mount Archuleta?
Yes, I do.
What makes you think that?
All the activity we see around here, the weird lights.
These sightings seem so common that when you talk to the residents, it seems like they're seeing these things all the time, and generations before them and their family are seeing the same things.
There are signs of their beliefs everywhere, even on the rocks nearby. Why would they draw aliens and spaceships in their art if they hadn't seen them? They almost expect to look into the sky and see something unexplainable.
That was definitely worth the drive.
Katie's story seemed convincing enough. Her testimony is just another example of a Dulce resident who's seen something inexplicable in the sky. I'm excited to hit the road and track down more witnesses who have insights to share.
I love hearing people's stories, and that's always just so fascinating to me. It's evident that something has to be going on here if this many people are still seeing the same thing, and the mountain is always a focus.
New Mexico has a long history with UFOs going all the way back to 1947, when the U.S. Air Force initially claimed a flying saucer crashed in Roswell. With this legacy and the folklore about star people, it's no wonder the Apache are open-minded about alien encounters. Our Apache Nation contact, Avery, suggested we meet with a tribal member who has possible video evidence after filming an unusual sighting. I'm intrigued to see the footage.
So Heather, growing up here, was the idea of UFOs a thing? Did people see them? Did they talk about them?
People would see them around or they'd talk about it. It was kind of like one of those camp story things.
Could we look at the video that you took?
Yeah. So in this part, I'm coming home, getting off of work, and I see something catch my eye off to the side. It stopped in the air. So when I saw it stop, I took my phone out and I started recording, and then it started going. It was really weird. It was the oddest thing ever.
What do you think it was?
I have no idea. It was a cigar-shaped object floating across the sky.
That thing stopped in midair. And now it's going back behind our mountain towards Archuleta.
So if we look at the video, it's taken off of a cell phone. It's not as close up as we would like it to be. It's a little bit shaky, but there is something inherently interesting about how it moves.
It kind of floated off into the distance over the mountain where I am, and then Archuleta Mesa is the mountain behind mine.
And have you ever seen anything like that before or after?
No.
Would you be able to provide us with a copy of that?
Yeah, sure.
We get caught up in this idea that UFOs mean extraterrestrials. That's not what it means. It's an unidentified flying object, which is what this cigar-shaped object is. However, it does back up the numerous stories that have been passed down over generations of people seeing unidentified objects in the sky.
The fact that so many sightings are reported near Archuleta Mesa could support the claim that there is some kind of military base there. I want Avery to take us up the mountain so we can take a look for ourselves. On the Apache Nation side, one rugged road leads up.
We're gonna be driving up the road. Even though the road was steep and a little rocky, it's gonna get worse. More rocks on the road. If you start spinning, let me know on the radio and we'll see what we can do.
Is that the rock face up there that has the supposed opening that people have been talking about?
Yeah, that's one of them. There might be another one to the west.
It's pretty incredible to be right here at Dulce Base and to be able to get to the bottom of all of the rumors that you hear and really find out if there is an underground alien base.
Okay, you ready to go?
Let's do it.
This place is a lot more remote than what I would have thought. And it would be relatively easy to do pretty much whatever you wanted without a lot of people knowing. People don't have access to this area, and we literally haven't seen another person all day.
If you don't think our government could build a secret multi-level base in a mountain, think again. We know the US has built bases inside mountains before, like the famous NORAD base at Cheyenne Mountain in Colorado. It's quite possible, even likely, that there are underground bases we don't know about.
Oh my God.
It'll be next to impossible to examine the cliff face ourselves, so I'm calling in a drone operator to get us a bird's eye view. We're hopeful that a more precise perspective can shed light on these bizarre cavities.
That was quite the journey.
So where is this mysterious cliff face we keep hearing about?
Okay, right here to the south of us, it'll be the face of the mountain that we drove under coming up.
Do you mind if we take a look around?
Yeah, it's fine.
Wow, look at this view.
It really is breathtaking. But the logistical challenges of coming up here on a regular basis, I just don't see it unless there's a helipad somewhere. I mean, the road, imagine other times of the year.
There's no way, so I feel like air travel is the only thing that makes sense.
So my drone guy's gonna come up. I'll have a thermal cam and hopefully he'll be able to show us what we can't see.
Great. I think we should look for any signs of any kind of opening, anything camouflaged in the ground that can open up, because many people have reported seeing vents.
Okay. Now this cliff face that we're looking at is about 400 feet high, so there's no way that we can look at it by ourselves. So we brought in a drone operator, and basically we are looking for anything which may indicate some sort of cavern, some sort of shaft that could lead to something else down below.
Wind speed's picking up a little bit, and it looks like we got a storm coming in from the east.
This vertical line right here, can you get closer to that?
Yeah, definitely.
What is that right there? It's like a little groove, like a door. Can you fly the drone in there? Oh, that's interesting. What is that? That really does kind of look like an opening. Okay, can you get closer?
Mm-hmm.